Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We are going to be looking at telemedicine. To help us, we have Barbadian Dale Trotman, who's the Chief Executive Officer of MedRegis. Now, he's going to be moving into some new territory, and that's why he's partnered with Varun Arora, the Director of International Business, and Doxyme. Both of them will be with us this morning to tell us all about this new and affordable local telehealth. He's a champion in the area. Good morning to you, Dale.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I am well, and good morning to you, Varun.
Good morning to you too, Wendy.
Yes. Now, Dale, you would have founded MedRegis and you would have entered into this strategic partnership with Varun Arora. And it's all about giving Barbadians the opportunity to have greater access to telemedicine. Not only us as patients, but also a number of clinics, doctors, etc., to be able to afford these services at a better rate. Tell us a bit about it and what this telemedicine platform is actually going to be offering.
Well, thanks a lot again. When we think of telemedicine is allowing the doctor to have a virtual appointment with their patients. As we have seen with COVID has created a situation where physical appointments are not the best option in certain types of appointments because of obviously transmission of COVID and so on. So with telemedicine, it allows the doctor to create appointments that they don't need to physically see the patient via a digital platform such as Doxyme.
Okay. Now, in terms of Doxyme, Miss Varun, the whole idea is to be able to capture that information and have it there to be easily retrieved by our practitioners. Now, we all know there are concerns about how information is stored, especially when it's going via the internet. How does Doxy allow practitioners to keep patient information confidential and at the click of a button?
That's a great question. Thank you. What Doxy.me's growth over the last 7 years globally, we're in 156 countries today, is because we're end-to-end encrypted and completely secure. So if you look at various jurisdictional privacy laws, we meet and comply with all of them. And all that information is completely private and it's kept between the patient and the doctor. Doxy.me does not store any information whatsoever on its platform. And so that very private interaction remains always between the patient and their doctor provider.
Okay, and the opportunity to partner with Dale, what made you jump on board?
Um, uh, Dale is a wonderful entrepreneur, and we've been excited about what the potential is with MedRegis. We've seen a lot of organic growth in the Caribbean, around Barbados, in Barbados, and we just wanted to capitalize on that. And we felt that Dale would be a great partner to have in the region, so that as more and more doctors and hospitals are finding us, that they have somebody locally that can assist them with Doxy.me and our platform.
Okay, now Dale, outside of offering these services to Barbadians, you're also looking at expansion plans. Tell me about them.
Yes, the expansion plans, we are looking at the Caribbean as a whole, not just Barbados with our solutions, because we have an electronic of record. I know we have telemedicine, which complements an electronic of record. Obviously, as a startup company, our goals are not just going to be Barbados. We're looking regionally, and we are also looking at some opportunities we have in Africa, particularly South Africa. And with that journey with MedRegis, it will be Doxy and MedRegis moving together into these regions where we could implement electronic records and where we could also offer telemedicine services because every appointment does not need a physical visit. And in the 21st century, we need to streamline clinic appointments so we can make the clinic's workflow less cumbersome.
Okay, now Varun, your wings have spread internationally, but you have a burgeoning interest here in the Caribbean in terms of being able to grow your platform in this space because of how you've seen things progressing? How lucrative is the Caribbean for you?
See, the way we look at telemedicine, it's lucrative in the sense that our vision, our CEO's vision has always been to have telemedicine and healthcare for all. So our vision is just to touch every citizen of our very connected globe today, and make sure that we can democratize health, where wherever they need access to care, they at the touch of a button. I think that we live in a world today where it is the fundamental right for every citizen in every region of the world to have quality care. And we feel that we're trying to do our part to provide a tool that gives anybody access to care at the moment that they require it with the touch of a button on any device that they have.
And also, too, you see it as a different direction that we're taking healthcare in altogether, a whole hybrid type system. If I can have both you and Dale weigh in on this and how it's going to help us going into the future.
Absolutely. A hybrid system is what the future is. There are certain things that telemedicine has limitations at, that, of course, a personal visit in person to a doctor or hospital, it won't replace, but it does allow for a triaging. It helps for follow up care. It helps for diseases that don't necessarily require a physical visit. And that just helps us because, we are in island nations. There's the infrastructure limitations because of the distance to travel to get to a doctor. It just allows us to bridge that gap. And I'll let Dale thoughts in there as well.
Thanks a lot, Varun. When you look at a hybrid situation, we're talking even much broader than telemedicine, and telemedicine helps enable that because we want to be looking at patient portals. We want to get to a point where patients have access to their medical information, access to their doctors, and integrating telemedicine into a solution such as that, and also using electronic health records. All of that can improve care by looking at the various different stakeholders and in trying to create a solution that encompasses all of them. So when we speak about hybrid can also be in the way the system is designed as well, where the system allows for certain types of situations to occur that would not be possible without technology.
Okay, so what, it's then not a one size fits all type of situation. So, how flexible is your platform in terms of being able to conform to what clinics within Barbados want, what the ones in Grenada want, what the ones in St. Lucia want?
Okay, when you look at healthcare across the Caribbean is very similar. I'm not going to say the exact same thing, but it is very similar. And when you look compare it now to the US, where you have Medicare and Medicaid, we don't generally go that route in the Caribbean. So when you're tailoring a system for a Caribbean clinic or doctor office, obviously you do your you get your feedback, you have conversations with the doctors. I always do this. This is one of the main things we look at with our business in terms of trying to see where the doctors are at and trying to create a solution that benefits all of them. And that can include customizations because obviously there are specialties who can also utilize the system where they may need a slightly different design. But overall, understanding where the market is and creating that solution that can grow within the market.
Okay, how have you been marketing and targeting our various health professionals, whether it be, and is it only the private sector clinics you're looking at, or are you also looking at governmental healthcare institutions?
Thanks. We are also looking at governmental healthcare institutions, and I think a solution such as Doxy can be valuable in that space. With our electronic health record, we can look at areas such as the polyclinics and so on. Our electronic health record is an outpatient electronic health record, which is vastly different from a inpatient electronic health record. As it relates to our marketing, we've been using social media marketing. I've also been doing calls to doctors, going to doctor offices, speaking to various associations across the Caribbean. So getting that engagement and dealing with like also having conversations with not just medical associations, but also ministries of health throughout the region. So
Okay.
it's been a fun journey so far.
Okay. And Varun, if we can just toss the final question to you. What are your aspirations for growth in terms of this partnership, say, within the next 5 years?
We want to touch as many governments and institutions and private healthcare groups as we can in the region. We just want to be an option that, they do a tremendous job right now, also delivering care, delivering universal care to the region. And we just want to be able to be another tool that they can use to help better the lives of the citizens of the country and throughout the region.
Okay, I want to thank both of you gentlemen, Varun Arora, the Director of International Business with Doxy.me, as well as Dale Trotman, the Chief Executive Officer of MedRegis. Good luck to you gentlemen as you go forward with this venture. Thanks for coming.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning.